Says it's recording, so hopefully it does. All right, you guys. Tonight we are going to talk about inviting, and I'm just gonna power into it, power through it, get into it, and power through it. So, inviting. It is the gateway skill to our business, and it is the thing that connects you and people to this business. So it's something that is the most important, but it's something that people struggle with the most. And when I started, I just remember feeling like I had to have the perfect, like I had to make sure that I formed them, which is like basically just a fancy synonym for, or maybe it's not a synonym, whatever the letters stand for just getting to know somebody. So asking about their family, their occupation, what they like to do recreationally, and then that's when you send your message, or that's when you present your message. So learning that, which is still a great concept to apply in your conversations, because you don't just want to message people and like throw your agenda at them, or throw your opportunity, or throw the business at them, or the products, because you have no clue about their life and you have no clue what they even need. And we've all, I think, been in those situations where people have messaged you because everybody now is selling something, which is great and fine, but we've been on that other end of somebody messaging you and thinking that because they are friends with you on Facebook, that it gives them the right to like throw their business at you. And quite honestly, I just either ignore the message or I send them a tip on how to present the business to people, because I don't want to continue other network marketing companies giving this industry a bad rep, because it already has a bad rep, because all people think that we do and try to do is sell people and sell things and push product, and you know, it's a scheme and it's a pyramid, this and that and the other thing. And quite honestly, I'm just like sick of those like stereotypes. And it comes from people like that. It comes from when we invite. And I did this in the beginning. I had no clue really how to invite. I had no clue how to use a script, what to say, how to form a relationship with people. And because I was a new coach, my main focus and my main agenda was like getting something out of the conversation. And I was focused on Success Club points, and I was focused on getting that person signed up. I was focused on getting a new coach signed up. I was focused on getting a new customer. And it just was one of those things where, quite honestly, you know, if somebody were to ask me, well, how did you flip your mindset? How did you flip that mindset from feeling like you like need something out of the conversation to just genuinely caring and not caring what the outcome is, genuinely caring about that person and not caring what the outcome of that conversation is, or what comes of it, or what you get from it. And it was one of those things where I got to a point in my business after so many years that I just said, you know what? I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care anymore. I don't care if I get a Success Club point. I don't care if I get a commission check from this. I don't care if they sign up or not. I just want to make sure that they know that, number one, there's an opportunity available always. Like, if they don't know what I'm doing, that they can join either the fitness side of it or earn an income and join the business side of it, then I haven't done my job. And if they don't know it from me and they're not hearing it from me, you bet that they're going to hear it from somebody else, and you bet that they're going to join somebody else, because it's happened to me more than once. So always know, I wanted that person to always know that there was an opportunity to join me, but also for them to know that there's just another way, and they don't have to feel stuck anymore. And I really just wanted them to know that, they weren't alone in the situation. Like, I get what they've been through, and I get what they're probably feeling, and I get that feeling of feeling stuck. And I just really wanted to relate to them in some way, shape, or form. And so that was really number one, being able to relate to them. And number two was just them knowing that there's always an opportunity. Like, this may or may not be for you, but here's the solution that I have found that's worked for me for the last 5 years. So just knowing that and removing that agenda out of the way and out of the conversation really allowed me to ask those important questions. Because when we have the agenda in the front of our brain and in the front of our mind, that's what we lead with. And then we come off as pushy, and we come off as very monotone, and we come off as really not caring. We're just trying to get to the end result. And we come off as we miss that step and that emotion, that emotional connection. We miss that. And it's really important that that's in the forefront, because if somebody doesn't feel emotionally connected to you, they're not going to financially invest with you. And I mean, that's just what I've learned in the last 7 years. And that's why social media is so powerful, because people can develop an emotional connection. They can have an emotional response and then develop that emotional connection with you so fast and so quick that they decide if they want to work with you or not. They decide if they trust you or not. They decide if they want to keep following you. They decide if they want to keep engaging with your posts or keep watching you. I've had people, I cannot even count how many people I have had come to me years later and say, I've been following you for 5 years, and I just connect with everything that you say, or I love that you share about, your life and the ups and downs, and I've been following you for years, or whatever. But the common denominator is that they trust me and that there's a connection there. And so when we go into a message, I don't have to feel like I'm trying to gain that from them. I don't feel like I'm having to pull it out of them and like build that first before I invite them, or before I offer my opportunity, or before I offer a solution. So that's why I feel like I have such a high closing rate with conversations, and I don't get a lot of objections, and I don't get a lot of no's. I get a lot of not right now's, but I don't get a lot of negative responses, because I build that connection with people through social media. So the conversations behind the scenes is basically just like me consulting, which I'm going to talk about, and then closing and walking them through that process, and still carrying that trust from when they watch me on social media to talking to me in a private message. So I always address the conversations behind the scenes as a consult. I don't try to build a relationship for 2 weeks. I mean, I did that in the beginning, and I just felt like I was constantly spinning my tires, and I didn't know when it was the right time to, like, throw my invite out there, like, hey, by the way, I just always felt weird about that. And so that's why now, and not now, but like in the last probably 2-3 years, I have, went more into consultation mode and really positioned myself as not an expert, but positioned myself as the person that they are expecting me to be when we talk about their health and fitness. And so I'm not an expert, but I am somebody that's going to help them get started. And I am a coach, and I can help them and coach them through a home fitness and nutrition program. That's what we do. And so they're coming to me expecting that, and probably that type of conversation. they wouldn't walk into a gym and consult with a personal trainer for 2 weeks, right? Like, it'd be a consult, probably one free consult, and then they would either sign up or not. So that's kind of how I address my conversations. But it starts through social media. It starts with putting out the content that is the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between, the transparent stuff that, you maybe are like, well, should I share this? Should I not share this? Like, it's those things that help people connect with you, so that when you get into the message and you're like, oh, I totally know how you feel, I felt like that too, they're not like, it's not the first time that they're hearing it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why in my posts on Facebook, and this isn't a social media training, but it's important to say, that's why my posts on social media are of that type, I get it, like, I've been there too. I share my struggles, I share my challenges, I share my journey, I share, the in between, the behind the scenes. And so when we go into a message and I'm like, I totally know how you feel, like, I felt like that too, they trust that and they believe that and they know that because they've seen or heard me talk about it, and they already know that I've been in those similar situations. So if you don't have that emotional connection, they're not going to financially invest with you. And when you pull them into a private message, or you are inviting, you need to have that, those boundaries and those expectations set and established right from the get-go. And that starts with the consultation process and how you set up the conversation and how you position yourself and how you take control back of the conversation and how you put information in front of them, and then how you close, and then how you get them signed up. And so all of those steps that I just mentioned is the whole invite process. It doesn't stop when they tell you no, or not, I'm not interested, or now is not the right time. That's okay. Great. Do you want me to put you on my list for next month to follow up with you? That's what I always say. Or I just say, hey, that's totally cool if that's not for you. If this isn't for you, it's not for everybody, but do you know anybody who is looking to lose weight, who maybe can't get to the gym, who would love to replace or incorporate a superfood health shake for their breakfast, who maybe doesn't eat the best? Insert whatever, but do you know anybody? Who do you know? And I offer referral bonuses, and I just started doing this because they might not be right for it, and it might not be for them, but you offer a $20 gift card, or you offer a whatever free something, or an Amazon gift card, like, it doesn't matter what it is. You offer that, they're going to give you names. They're going to give you people, right? And so, and I've done something like that in the past where I have offered just like a free gift, or I don't remember what it was, but I mean, like a $5 Amazon food planner, like meal planner. Like, they will give you names. So always ask if they're a no or not right now. Don't be afraid to ask, because that's how majority of businesses are built, are on word of mouth and referrals. Your business is no different. Like, we need to stop looking at this as just like a side hobby, or like just like a fitness thing, or like your side fit. Like, this is a real job. This is a real business. And if you are not treating it like that, it's just not going to reflect it, and nobody's going to take you seriously, and nobody's going to want to join you or sign up with you at any point, or join your fitness community at any point, because they don't take you seriously, because you're not taking yourself seriously and you're not taking your business seriously. So ask for referrals. Who do you know? I'm offering a $20 gift card as a referral bonus. Set up a referral bonus, call it a referral bonus, and then advertise that. And they will give you names. They will come up with names to get that $20. So let's go into the invite process. And I was going to show you my invite script, but it's in our team page also. And so just look for it in there, but it's more so the not knowing it word for word, but I want you to understand the process. I want you to understand the concept. I want you to understand why this process is the way it is, why I set it up like this, why it's important that you nail every single step and not jump around. If you're like, if you're like, nobody's joining me, everyone's told me no, I can't get anybody to sign up, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's not the people, it's your invite. It's the conversation. And that's, I mean, yeah, sometimes it's the people, but like 95% of the time, it's your conversation and how you're inviting. And maybe you're just missing a step. Maybe you're just not wording it correctly. And that's okay. It takes time. It's a skill. Inviting is a skill. It's a gateway skill to this business. So it's not gonna, like, you're not gonna perfect it overnight. It took me years and years to like fully wrap my head around and like grasp the invite process, and then making it my own so that I felt like comfortable and like it could just roll off my tongue, like how I would talk to anybody. And so I had to make it my own, but I had to learn first. And I did that through my coach. I did that through my upline. And I did that through sending her all my conversations and putting her in on, that's when we did a lot of 3-way calls. Like every single prospect that I had, I would say, hey, would you hop on a 3-way call with my coach and I? She's amazing. She can answer all your questions, probably better than I can right now. And she'll just make sure all your questions are answered. However I said it. Every single prospect almost would get on a 3-way call with my coach and I, or, you know, we put them in like a group message. But that's when we did a lot of calls. And so, and they were successful because my coach knew how to consult. I wouldn't even say she consult because she had a completely different invite process, but she knew how to talk to the person her way, and she knew how to close them. And that's what I learned. And then I just made it my own way. And so, and when I say my own way, I just mean like my style. I still followed the guides and the scripts that she gave me because that's what duplicates. So if you try to go and like do it yourself and you try to make your whole, you know, like invite your way and like your own style, not your style, but your way, you're not going to have the success that you want, because there is a process and it's important that you hit every single step. So if you are feeling stuck, if you're feeling like nobody's signing up, you're not hitting Success Club, you're not signing up coaches, and you want to build your business, then it's your invite. It's how you're inviting and how you're lack thereof closing, and maybe you're not following up. So a lot of moving parts to it, but the first thing I always say is, can you tell me more about your fitness and nutrition currently? That is the number one thing. I don't care if they already tell me, they message me and they already tell me about their fitness and nutrition. I don't care if I, you know, reach out to them and say, hey, I heard you're interested in or I see you're interested in my boot camp. Did you want more information? And they respond yes, and then tell me about their fitness and nutrition. I always say, like, I ignore that they even said that. Always. Great. Can you tell me a little bit more about your current fitness and nutrition? Because you want them to spill as much as possible about what they're currently doing. And by saying, can you tell me more? Tell me more about that. You're giving them the opportunity to open up. You're giving them the opportunity to put trust in you. And because they're telling you, they're opening up about a very vulnerable part of their life. The health and fitness is a very vulnerable part of people's lives. Most people. I wouldn't say fitness is a vulnerable part of my life, but that's because I have control of it and I don't need motivation to work out, because I like to do it because it's something that I'm passionate about. But for most people, it is a very vulnerable part of their life. And so if you're not giving them the opportunity to open up to you, they're not going to feel like they can trust you, and they're not going to feel like you care. And so it's the number one thing I always say. Can you tell me a little bit more about your fitness and nutrition? Tell me more about that. Tell me more about what you're currently doing for your fitness and nutrition. Bottom line, I let them talk to me. I let them tell me. And then the next thing I say is, actually the first thing I say is, are you working with a coach currently? do you have a coach you're currently working with? And I let them answer that first, because I don't want to get to the end of the conversation and then have them go, oh, well, I'm already in a challenge group. I mean, I've done that a lot of times and it's just so annoying. So right from the get-go, I always ask, are you currently working with another coach? And the way that I say it isn't like, do you have a coach already? It's more or less like, you know, I don't want to step on toes, so I just have to ask, are you currently working with another coach? And if they say yes, I say, awesome. Why don't you check back with them and let them know that you're wanting to move forward. And if your coach is no longer a coach or not active, or you know, choose not to work with them anymore, then I'm happy to help you. If they say no, then I go into, great, tell me more about your current fitness and nutrition. Have you ever followed a program or plan in the past? That's the next thing I always say, because I want to know if they've ever followed something, what they followed, how it worked for them, how they liked it or didn't like it. If they had success with it, why did they have success with it, and why are they still not doing it? And if they didn't, why? So let's say they say, no, I've never followed anything before. Great. Where do you struggle the most? Where do you struggle the most? Now, I might tailor it to back to that fitness and nutrition. Where do you struggle the most with your fitness and nutrition? Let them talk. Let them talk as much as possible. If they say, yeah, you know, I followed maybe Weight Watchers, or, you know, I did this, or I did this diet or whatever. Great. How did that work for you? What did you like about it or not like about it? Did you see success with it? These are all consult questions. Did you see success with it? And I might ask a few of those in the same message, like, can you tell me what you liked or didn't like about it? And did you see success with it? If so, why did you fall off track, or where did you fall off track? And then they'll tell you, and they'll talk, and they'll explain, and they'll open up a little bit. And every time they open up just a little bit more, builds more trust and helps them believe that you actually care. Okay. So have you followed a program or plan in the past? If so, tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. And then from there, I say, do you feel like you would benefit from a simple yet flexible fitness and nutrition program that you can do from home? And I let them answer. Sometimes it's just a yep, or sometimes it's a yeah, I need that, or yep, I need a little more structure. And what I'm doing when I'm consulting and when I'm in these conversations is I'm simply just like guiding them to yeses, because I already know that they struggle, or they wouldn't be in a conversation with me. I already know that they would benefit from this. I already know that. I know wholeheartedly and 100,000% believe, and I'm so confident in our programs and our products, and I am so confident in the pricing, and I'm so confident in what it's done for me, that I know if they use the stuff, I know that they're going to see a difference, and I know that they're going to see results, and I know that it's not going to be just another diet, and I know that it's going to be a lifestyle for them. So I know all that. So I go into the conversation like that, confident, excited, passionate, real, and a lot of it's done through voice memos. Like 95% of my conversations are voice memos. So that's another important tip, is use the memos. Use the memos, because when they can hear your voice, and don't worry about it being perfect, or, oh my God, what if I say that? Or what if, like you get to the end of it and then it just sends and you like messed up or whatever. Like, don't worry about that, because the more real that they know you are, the less that they're gonna feel like you're just trying to sell them something. And so from from the question of, this is really hard without my notes. From the question of, but I mean, I do this how many times a day and week, so I should have it like nailed to my brain. From the question of, would you benefit from a simple, and I always say simple because it is simple. It's not easy, but simple, flexible, because it is flexible, because it can fit into their lifestyle. I use the word structured because it is structured. So it might be, would you benefit from a structured yet simple and flexible fitness and nutrition program? The next thing I ask based on that question is, do you have 30 minutes a day for your workout? And that's just a yes or no. They either do or they don't. Would streaming your workouts be convenient for you? Again, it's just like, I'm just guiding them to the end. I'm just guiding them through the green lights. I'm guiding them through the process and getting those yeses. And another question is, this is a little bit earlier on, but if you don't know their goal and you're to the point of asking them, would you benefit from a home fitness program? Do you have 30 minutes a day? Would streaming be simple for you or convenient for you? If you're to that point yet and you don't know their goals, you have to make sure that you get that question answered. What are you hoping, if you were to join my boot camp, what are you hoping to achieve in the next 30 days? What results are you working towards? You can word it however you want, but you got to get their goals and you have to understand what they want from it. Because you already know where they struggle. You already know what they're currently doing and where they struggle the most. So then you want to know, what do they want from it? What are they hoping to achieve? And if I get a vague answer, I always say, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Can you tell me a little bit more about how much weight you want to lose? Can you tell me a little bit more about the the routine that you want to have? Can you tell me a little bit more about the support or motivation that you want to gain? And just let them talk. And if they're not a talker, then you'll get short-winded answers, but you'll at least get an answer. And all throughout these questions and these responses, I always relate to them. I always connect what they're saying to empathy. Whether it's just oh my gosh, I totally understand that. Do you feel like you'd benefit from a simple nutrition program? Or I totally know how you feel because I felt like that too when I had 50 pounds to lose after each of my pregnancies. Do you have 30 minutes a day for your workout? Like, I always relate what they say with empathy first in the message. And I'm genuine. It's not just like, oh, I totally know how you feel. Like, do I really know how they feel? Because I'm not just going to blow smoke up their ass. Like, either I do or I don't. And I'm not going to fake it because I genuinely want to help them succeed. And I don't care what comes of it. Because I know that if I can get them started, they will see results. And if they see results, they're lifers. And that's what this business is. It's duplication and it's getting people results. Or the other way around, getting people results and duplication, however you want to look at it. But you have to get people results from this business. And the only way to do that is to get them on the products. And the only way to get them on the products is to genuinely care about them getting started on the products. And they're going to be able to feel that in your message. And that's why I love voice memos, because they can truly then hear me, feel it, instead of just reading it, in the tone that they're assuming I'm saying it in. Okay. So, the next thing I ask is, so I go through those 30 minutes a day for your workout. Would streaming be convenient for you? Would having a nutrition plan mapped out for you be beneficial for you? Because I'm thinking of all the things they're going to get and what they're going to use and how it's going to benefit them. And so I ask that question. Would drinking a super dense, nutritious, all-in-one health shake for breakfast every morning be beneficial for you? And I might say, I might ask that, and in the same message, I might say, you know, I drank it for 7 years and it's changed my nutrition 100%. So I might just add in like a little bit of my story, enough to give it a little cushion, to give the question a little cushion, because I know they're going to come back and say, well, what is it? Or I tried it and I don't like it, or I'm not a shake person, or blah, 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 like the millions of objections we hear about Shakeology. And then I can educate, but at least they know like a little bit of or you can share it in your next response. So I'm getting through the green lights. Let's say that they are, yep, that would benefit from it. Yes, I need structure. Yes, I would love a simple plan. I also ask, would having a support group, would having a community, a private community of like-minded women who are pushing and motivating you every day be beneficial for you? Would you enjoy that? Because I want to know if they're going to be a group person, if they're going to be engaged and interact or not. Let's just say all of those are yeses. Yes, I want to do that. Yes, yes, it's, you know, yes, 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 all green lights. And we've gotten to the point where, like, I feel like I know enough information to where if she comes back with objections or hesitations or concerns or whatever, I can then use what she told me as value to her objections. Does that make sense? So if she comes back and says, if I feel like I know enough information and we get to the close, the next thing I'll say, I know enough information. I feel like she's ready. I feel like it's yeses. She's giving me those green lights. I will then say, great, I'm so excited for you. And you can word this however you want, but I genuinely just say what's on my heart. Like, I'm so excited for you. I think you're going to love this. This is going to be perfect for you because it's going to give you the structure and the motivation and the support that you need. Your next step is to order your fitness pack. People want to be told what is their next step. Keep in mind, from birth, we have been told what to do our whole life. People like that, believe it or not. I mean, to a certain extent, like, people like to know their next step. People like to know in a situation like this, okay, I'm excited. I'm talking to her. I'm ready to go. Like, it's then up to you to be the leader and be the coach and give them their next steps. And don't be afraid. Who cares if they ask what it costs? You guys, our stuff is cheap for what it is. Our stuff is cheap, dirt cheap. You got to get the whole expensive and like cost objection. And what if they come back and they say it's too expensive? Or what if they ask how much it is? You tell them, you confidently tell them, you confidently say, this is what you get. And it's $160. Isn't that amazing? Like, be confident in your approach. If you are worried about them thinking it's going to be too expensive, or you're worried about them asking what the cost is, or you're worried about how to respond to the cost question, that means you think it's too expensive. You wouldn't pay for it if you weren't a part of this. You have some reservation about the price of the products or the business. And that's what it means, period. Or you would have not a care in the world, and you'd give 0 Fs about if them asking, like, this is what it is. You either want it or you don't. It's not expensive. Compare it to everything else. Compare it to what you get. I don't know how many Advocare and Herbalife and all of those companies come to me and say, I need the fitness. I need the fitness. I need the fitness. I need the fitness. Oh, I already drank this shake, but I need the fitness. I need the nutrition. Okay, well, we have it all, and it's a little bit more expensive than what you're doing, right? And a personal trainer, couple $100 an hour, get out of here. Like, so you have to get off of that fear of the price or cost or questions about it. confidently, boldly tell them, passionately, excitedly tell them, and help them through it. Because if it were me, of course I'm going to have a ton of questions. Of course I'm going to, it's not cheap. You know what I mean? Like it's $150 or $160, and that's the low end. $245 for the Ultimate Portion Fix Challenge Pack with Beachbody On Demand for the year. $245. You bet I've sold a lot of them in the last 2 months. Because I, number one, understand why they're doing this. Number two, I know the value in that challenge pack. And number three, I put those two together. So they come back with, yep, I'm ready to go, whatever. Okay, your next step is to get your fitness pack ordered. Once you do that, I'll plug you into my boot camp and we'll get you going. So I can make it super simple for you. I can set up your cart and then just send you the link to complete your order. Really easy. I just need your email address and your flavor of Shakeology that you want to drink. Okay, they give you their email address, they give you their flavor of Shakeology, or maybe they ask you what is about Shakeology, like what are the flavors. I just give them the flavors: strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, cafe latte, and I say cafe latte is a sweet coffee flavor. If you're a chocolate person and you know cravings for chocolate at night, I would get the chocolate. And just kind of guide them this way. I don't give them all 10 flavors. I don't go into what vegan is or whatever. And then I just say, if you have any dairy issues, there's vegan of all of them. Or if they give me the flavor, I'll say, do you have any dairy issues? And so from there, then I go to the share cart. And my internet is super slow, so I can't even screen share and show you. But the share cart, if you don't know this option, you log into your Team Beachbody On Demand, you go hover over coach, share a cart, and then you can set up their cart. You need their email address, their first name, last name, and then whether or not they're signing up as a customer or a coach, and then you click the OK and you carry on. You can add that then to their cart. And then when you get to their cart, it is the, make sure that they have in there what they need as far as challenge pack or whatever products. And then there is a link that says email link, and then let the page refresh, and then it will say copy shareable link. And I always copy that and send that to them. I don't mess with waiting for them to get to their email. I copy that shareable link and I send that to them via our Facebook message. And I say, here you go, back up one step. Before I send them their link, one thing that I have been saying to every single person, it doesn't matter who they are. I don't care who they are because it's not up to me. I send the question of, I'm going to just read it to you because I'm not going to remember it word for word, but I send the question of, I invite them to join my team as a coach. And so I say, okay, exclamation, exclamation, getting your cart set up. And I wanted to ask so that you didn't come to me later like, yes, please. And I capitalize yes, please. And I put an emoji. Since you'll be drinking Shakeology as a meal daily, or you can insert whatever, since you'll be drinking Energize every month, since you're using the Performance line every month, since you are going to be incorporating Shakeology for your nutrition as a meal every day, did you want to sign up as a coach on my team and get a 25% discount on the products? There is a $15 business fee, but it's way more cost effective, saving you $20 a month. You don't have to do anything with the business if you didn't want to, and can simply just get the discount. I mean, 95% of people have signed up as a coach, because why wouldn't they want to get the discount? Why would they not want to save $20, right? And again, it's my posture with the it's my posture with the invite that this would be silly for you not to do that. And if you're not considering staying on, like if you're just going to drink Shakeology for 30 days and then cancel and quit, expect your results to cancel and quit. You know what I mean? And so if they come back with any of those objections, we just kind of talk through that as well. And I kind of say the same thing, like you can cancel at any time, but your results may reflect that. And so if you really want this to be like a lifestyle and you want it to be long term, then I would just suggest evaluating where you're at the end of the 30 days, after the end of every month, and we can check in and chat and things like that. So I make them feel really comfortable about it. I make them feel like, you know, you're not locked into anything. You can cancel at any time, like whatever. So then it is based on what they want. Then you go into the share cart, and then you can click coach your customer and then go through the process. Okay. So then I send the link, and it's, okay, here you go. Here's your link. You have 24 hours or 48 hours. Like I usually give them a time frame because I don't want it dragging out for a week. And the links I think expire, but I'm not entirely sure when. And so I don't want it dragging out forever. And so I don't want a bunch of open links that are share carts open that I've sent to people. And so, and I don't know if that reflects anything. I don't think it does, but still I give them a time frame. And so, because once you send that share cart, then it's like the more days that go by, the more life happens to them, the less excited they get, the more they start to question, the more that they, you know, start to wonder, can they do this? And fear sets in, and then they, you know, are scared and they don't want to do it because they don't want to fail and they don't want to spend all that money and fail. So I tell them, you know, here's your link, go here to complete your order. Once you do this, I'm going to plug you into our boot camp. I'm so excited. I'm going to help you get prepped and ready to go to start once your stuff comes, and you're going to crush this. I'm so excited for you. Send. Okay. And then the ball's in their court. And if I don't hear from them, or they don't come back and say like, I ordered, here, you know, ready to go, and it's been 24 hours, or if I've given them 48 hours, like let's say it's Wednesday and they're like, okay, I get paid Friday. So I'll say, okay, you have 48 hours. So make sure you order by Friday or this is going to expire, and then we have to reset it up again. And so if they come, or if it's been days and days and days, or a couple days, I'll follow up. 24 hours, 48 hours, I'll follow up. And it's simply, hey, just wanted to see if you got your order in. Let me know. Like, simple as that. Life gets crazy. People get busy. They forget. They look at it and they're like, okay, I'm going to do that tonight. And then 2 days go by. But you need to be following up with them. Okay, so that's the invite process. And I wanted to take you through the invite process, like in a perfect world of what typically happens, or how it should go, how it should happen. But if you're missing those steps and you're not getting all that information, you are going to feel like you're pulling teeth, and then you're going to end up chasing that person. If they want more information, the invite is a little bit different before you send them more information, or before you set up their share cart or send them your next step is. So if they want more information, then I always put a third-party tool in front of them, okay? I don't necessarily try to be the expert and explain everything, because that's not duplicable. Because I wouldn't expect any of my coaches to be in a message and feel like they have to explain everything about Shakeology, or everything, like what a challenge pack is and everything that the person gets. And like, I might share a quick, like, this is what our challenge group is. And then here's what you get in a challenge pack for the price. But I always share a third-party tool. So if somebody says I'm interested in the boot camp or your boot camp, what is a boot camp? I'll tell them it's a private group. We share things daily. We check in. It's motivation. It's fun. If they are wondering what a challenge pack is, then I'll send a YouTube video. And I typically send the Ultimate Portion Fix YouTube video, and I tell them this is what you're going to get for your nutrition program. And then I'll send them the Beachbody On Demand YouTube video, challenge pack video, and I'll say this is what you'll get additionally, all together in one. So it just kind of depends on the third-party tool, but send them a third-party tool, but make sure you set up the appointment to send it. Don't just send it and think that they're going to watch it and then respond to you within a second later. So if they want more information, if I sent you a video, would you check it out? If I sent you a quick, whatever, would you check it out? Great. When's a good time to send it? When do you have a couple minutes? When should I send this to you? let them tell you a time, because then if you send it and it's not the right time for them, you're going to chase them and you're going to lose them. Because if you send it to them and they're like, have 3 sick kids and they have felt so frustrated for 5 days and you're trying to like get them signed up, they're going to be like, I'm done. So wait for them to tell you when to send the information. Send it when they tell you to. Great, I'll check back in with you in 5 minutes. It's just a short, quick video. Or send me a quick message back right away after you watch it. Get that contact follow-up going, and then from there, go right back into consult mode. Go right back into the consult of the conversation. Go right back into, okay, here's what we're going to do. Do you feel like a follow-up question is, do you feel like you benefit from this? Do you feel like you would love these resources and these tools? Do you feel like you could fit these tools into your life? Do you feel like this would be something that you could turn into, your lifestyle? Do you feel like having these tools would give you a little bit more structure? Like however you want to word that, is going to be how they're going to look at the tools and how they're going to look at how it could fit into their life. And it's not that we are trying to have them completely change their lifestyle and completely like flip what they're doing, because that's super overwhelming. This is just going to help tweak some of their habits, but give them structure to help enhance their fitness and nutrition. And I always offer to that coach invite as well too, because I have gotten people that have signed up that just wanted the discount, just wanted to drink Shakeology, but then they were interested in the business. And I also have gotten people that just want the discount and that's it. And that's great. They're, staying committed to their health and fitness, and eventually they might be interested, or they're just going to be a really great challenger and they're going to be a really great discount coach and still contribute to volume and the boot camp morale. And so that's kind of the invite process. As far as the structure of the questions and more of the consult to close type of structure. So do you guys have any questions on that, or anything that like any conversations that, and I know in a perfect world, it's not always going to like pan out like that. And they're not always going to just like, yep, and then sign up. They might have objections. They might have hesitations. They might be like, oh, never mind, I'm not ready right now. And that's totally fine too. Or it's not for me or whatever. And that's really cool. Remember, you're looking for people that are looking for you. You're looking for people that are looking for what you have, for the solution that you have, for the tools and resources that you have. You're looking for people that want a lifestyle change. And one of the questions too that I'll throw out there are you looking for like a quick fix for like an event, or are you looking for more long-term results? And that kind of gets them thinking to like, what am I looking for? What have I been used to? And, or what, how can I make, like, do I want to make this my lifestyle? And am I serious? You really start to weed out who's serious and who's not. And yeah, you're going to have people who are in that mindset of, like dieting and roller coaster and like emotional eating. And this is all they've ever known. And so offering this is like them, like you're giving them these tools and resources, but it's like they're scared that they won't know what to do with it, because all they've ever done is dieted and been on these roller coasters, or emotionally ate, or started something and then a week later they fall off the wagon and they quit on themselves. And so just making sure that you understand what they want, but remember, you're looking for people that are looking for you. If somebody says like, no, I can't do 30 minutes a day, or nope, I can't stream my workouts, or no, I would not benefit from that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to drink it. Like, if you're getting these negative responses, then don't be afraid to say, like, you know what, this might not be for you, but I'm definitely here if you have any questions, or you decide later on that you want to take advantage of these resources with your fitness and nutrition. Don't be afraid to say that, because oftentimes those people keep trying to do what they're doing on their own, and then they come back to you and go, oh, I should have done that when you offered it before. So I hope that helped.